Alright, so in the last video we saw how to create this drawing frame that has a red line on it. And you guys know that you can do a bunch of other stuff with graphics. So you can do like draw oval, draw rect, fill oval, all that good stuff. But we don't really care about that stuff right now. What we want to do instead is create a triangle. So what I'm going to do is start out by creating a method to draw a triangle. Public void draw triangle. And I know that a triangle is made up of 3 points. So I'm going to make a point A, point B, point, if I could write there, C. And then I'm going to also include the graphics object that we were trying to draw to. So I'm going to call that G. All right. So generally speaking, we want to name our variables starting with a lowercase letter, but the mathematician in me has a hard time calling a point something with a lowercase letter, so that's why I'm using capital A, B, and C there. You might want to import point, so importing point from the AWT, the Abstract Window Toolkit, is done that way, and if you don't have that option, the import is right here, okay? So, in order to draw a triangle from point A to point B to point C back to point A, we're basically going to do 3 different draw lines. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the draw line out of there and paste it in here. And this A right here, this 10 right here, is going to be A's X. So that's how that works. This is going to be A's Y. So A dot X is the X coordinate of A dot Y is the Y coordinate of A, okay, B dot X and B dot Y. All right, so we're going to do something similar to that to draw 3 different lines here, okay, so this is going to be the line from A to B, and now we want to draw a line from B to C, and eventually we're going to draw a line from C back to A to complete the triangle. Okay, so this is from B. You could do this maybe a little more efficiently than what I'm doing it, but I'm just going to try to do it this way to hope it makes sense. So this is B's X and B's Y drawn through to C's X and C's Y. And then we're going to go from C's X and C's Y back to A's X and A's Y. All right, so now we have this set up so that we can draw a triangle. So let's go ahead and create those points up here. So we're going to go point, let's call it, I don't know, point X equals a new point, and that point is going to be the one that we started out with a second ago, so 10 comma 470. Okay, and then we need another point that's going to be kind of at the top of the frame, okay, and that's going to be at 250 comma 10, and then we need another point that's going to be on the right bottom of the triangle, so, or of the frame, so this is going to be at 470 comma 470. Okay, and so then we're going to use those 3 points to draw our triangle. All right, just like that. Draw triangle also needs to get G. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're sending in the 3 points that we just created right here to start drawing this triangle. Let's see if that worked. Okay, so that's what our triangle looks like. And now what we want to do is try to get this to be a recursive triangle. So what we're going to do there is decide on a couple things. So sorry, if I do that again, okay, we have the triangle here, and what we're going to try to do is get another triangle to go right here, and then inside that triangle, another triangle go right here, and then inside of that triangle, another triangle to go right there. So we're going to basically recurse or make a recursive triangle that goes up inside of the first triangle. Okay, so in order to do that, we have to find the midpoint between A and B. So I'm going to go point, midpoint between A and B is get midpoint A comma B. All right, and I'm going to have to write that method, but that's okay. So I'm going to go point midpoint BC, and that's going to be get midpoint B comma C. Okay. So I'm going to have to write that method, but then what I'm going to want to do is tell it to draw another triangle. Okay, and that next triangle that I wanted to draw is going to go from the midpoint of AB to the point B to the midpoint of BC and still work on those same graphics. Okay, now if I just leave it like this, I'm going to have a problem, right? Because this is going to do a recursion forever, or it's going to recurse forever, right? So I got to have something that tells me not, or when it's okay to do this draw triangle right here, okay? And maybe it's when it's okay to find the midpoints and draw that triangle. So in other words, I have to have kind of a base case. And I think what makes sense is to decide on the distance. And as long as the distance is like greater than 25 pixels, then go ahead and find the midpoints, okay, and draw that triangle. So now we have kind of two things that we have to figure out, distance and midpoint, okay? So let's go ahead and try to figure that out. Let's go int distance equals get distance. And let's just go ahead and say the distance between A and B. All right. So now I have two things I still need to figure out. I need to write a get distance method, and I need to write a get midpoint method. Okay. We'll do that in the next video.